What's a citizen's arrest and how does it work?
Citizen's arrest is when you have probable cause that some evil deed has been done, and you have to have probable cause. You have to be a witness. Can't be secondhand knowledge. It has to be first-hand knowledge of someone probably did something. If you see people screaming and someone running away from the scene with a gun or a knife or blood on them, it's probable cause that they did something. They wouldn't be running otherwise, right? And that's the criteria. In that case, if they're not, you have to be careful whether they're carrying a gun or not. You have to ascertain whether they're carrying a gun or not. And if not, if you do, you pursue them, you can make a citizen's arrest under those criteria, probable cause. Other than that, if they haven't done anything, you can't touch them, right? If they have a gun or knife, what you can do is, if you're at risk, if any of our fellow guardian angels are in grave risk, we can follow them, have one person follow them, call it into the police, and keep track of where they're headed, their destination, the general area. Other than that, if they don't have a gun or a knife that's not in danger, we're not in danger, we can arrest them, take them down, or persuade them to give up, and try to use diplomacy first. If that doesn't work, and they get violent, then you can take them down as gentle as possible. Minimum force is necessary. Not minimum force. We're not out to hurt anyone or injure anyone. Minimum force.
You yourselves don't carry guns?
No, we don't carry weapons.
And if you have someone down, then you do have handcuffs, and you use those to
you can
restrain them if necessary.
Yeah.
You mentioned determining whether or not someone had a gun. What's the process of doing that?
That makes it more problematic and makes us more susceptible to injury.
Sure.
And in that case, if it's a gun, you just try to talk them out of it. If not, give them an escape hatch so they can get away. And just have someone discreetly follow them at a distance, because they don't really wander off their beaten path that much. We'll have a radio man who calls it into the police at 911. While we interact with him, someone else is aside, out of harm's way, calling it into the police. How
do you determine whether or not they are carrying a gun? Do you ask?
Body language.
Sure.
You know, when they're brandishing something, after a while, being out here on the street, you become streetwise, and you're aware when someone's carrying a knife or a gun, they carry themselves in a certain way.
Can you show me a little what that might look like?
Well, if someone's carrying a knife, and if they're smart, or a gun, they'll have it. People generally look at the front of a person, right? That's where they figure the imminent danger is coming from. But like a scorpion, the streetwise people will have a weapon behind them, like down low. Like, for instance, with a knife, someone will step back, right?
I see.
Draw you in, and then be down low. You're looking at the front, but then if you hear a click, but you have to watch your hands. You watch your hands. They can't do anything unless they're using their hands, unless they can use their mouths and feet. They're not monkeys, right? They use their hands. You watch their hands, and their hands is concealed. You got to be fairly certain, or just precautionary measures. If they're hiding something, they're concealing something. But when the hand starts moving, you'll know for sure that they're carrying something. But they have to use their hands to wield the gun or knife. Right? And there's ways of disarming people with knives and guns if you know how to do it.
Gotcha.
Right. There's ways of doing that. But with a gun, you have to draw them in close enough if they're all standing up. But generally, if we see a gun, we say gun, and we hit the ground or find the nearest object. Not behind a bush, because a bullet can go through a bush. Behind the engine block or a tire of a car or tree, something solid. You know, not near a place, not a window, but something solid. Because you can get shot. So we are here on the side of safety. We're not out to get killed.
Sure. Thank you so much.